Hello, how are you doing? I'm Diego Agansaka, and today we're going to find out what the maximum cut thickness for stainless steel is with a FORZA ONE 1500 watts machine. As you know, at FORZA Laser, we don't just stand out for having truly detailed cuts, but also for our power, for pushing our machines to their limit. So today, we're going to find out what the maximum thickness our flagship machine, one of our best sellers, the FORZA ONE 1500 watts can cut. Today, we're going to be using 304 stainless steel in 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12 millimeters. The last one at ½ an inch. I highly doubt it'll cut, but obviously we're going to put it to the test. So, without further ado, let's kick things off. Before we start cutting, I invite you to subscribe, leave a comment about other videos you'd like us to make, or ask any questions about lasers. And if you want to know more details about this machine, we also have a presentation video you can watch. Today, for this challenge, we're going to use an X FORZA laser compressor that gives us up to 16 bars of pressure with very clean air. In fact, it has a 5-filter stage, and this helps us achieve perfect air quality specifically for the laser. The machine is equipped with a 1500W laser output. Additionally, we'll be working with single-layer nozzles. And well, the parameters, which is one of the most complicated things that always happens in the industry, or sometimes people are writing us, please the parameters. We have the parameters ready to download on our library page. You simply search for the material, select the machine or controller, download it, and automatically all the equipment configures itself. Speeds, pressures, accelerations, power, absolutely everything, allowing us to cut in a very straightforward manner. Finally, I want to tell you that this challenge is possible thanks to our cutting head. The head has an automatic focus. Internally, it has a servo motor that moves the focal lens, and that allows us to have multiple cutting points to be able to penetrate thick materials. Generally, other machines have fixed focus, and obviously they won't be able to do this. So, without further ado, let's start this challenge with 2 millimeters. For this challenge, we're going to be working with this geometry, which is a kind of U. It's a fairly simple shape because when we increase the cutting thicknesses, the test piece or the part will start to heat up more. Obviously, I'll be limited in making small details on thick materials, so this shape is perfect for this challenge. We already have our 2 millimeters parameters loaded. What we're going to do is first cut a line. Once the line is perfect, we'll move on to the U. Let's begin with 2 millimeters. We now have the first 2 millimeters piece. Obviously, it's a relatively thin material for the FORZA ONE machine, with perfect quality and finish. We're going to cut in the same way, 3, 4, 6 millimeters, until we find something new. And here, we already have the cuts of 2, 3, 4, and 6 millimeters. Remember, it's 304 stainless steel, cut with a FORZA ONE 1500 watts machine. The cuts are really beautiful. obviously burr-free. They do have a yellowish tint on the edge, but that's due to the compressed air. As we know, air has some oxygen in its composition, which during the cut generates a small oxidation effect. If we want to eliminate this color and have it remain the same color as stainless steel, then we need nitrogen. In fact, we have other videos using various gases, so you can check those out. But in this case, air is sufficient, obviously due to costs. This machine normally cuts up to 6 to 7 millimeters, so let's say these thicknesses are the standard or maximum. From now on, it's going to be a real challenge. Let's go with 8, 10, and 12 millimeters. The parameterization is going to be a little complicated, but nothing we can't handle at FORZA Laser. The piece moved, obviously due to the excessive air pressure, so we're going to have to secure it somehow because it's a very small test piece. Remember that we're only doing this correctly, and you should always work with large sheets to ensure stability. Even so, I really want you to take a good look at the quality of the cut. It came out pretty darn good. We still have a little bit of burr, if you happen to notice those small lumps of melted steel. But we'll definitely fix it by working with the nozzles and adjusting the frequency just a little bit. So, we're going to keep pushing and trying until it's absolutely perfect at that 8-minute mark. Okay, here we have the 8 millimeters cut. Well, it didn't quite finish because we missed a small curve. But we're going to go ahead and complete this cut now because we were actually doing some piercings here, and unfortunately, that process interrupted the cut. That's precisely why we ended up missing this little piece at the bottom, which we'll now finish using the laser. The cut came out pretty well. If we can see the detail, there's a little bit of flaring or burr here, but it really comes off with small taps. We could still improve the cut by changing the parameters a bit, but this cut is already quite acceptable, and unfortunately, we don't have more material. So this is the 8 millimeters cut. We're going to leave it there and start with 10 millimeters. It worked on the first try. It really cut the line perfectly, but we ended up with a couple of burrs. This type of burr that remains is a bit difficult to remove because, well, the laser is working at full tilt right now. To cut better, we're going to change the nozzle. We're going to put on a thicker nozzle. Let's see if we can reduce the speed a bit and achieve a better cut. I really loved the finish on the 10 millimeters. If you look closely, the cut is really good. It's true that we have a bit of burr, but I want you to notice this burr. It's really very soft. I just rub it with the piece and it all comes off. Look, if you see, the cut is perfect. It's a very soft burr because the air no longer has enough pressure to remove that last little burr from the edge. Basically, I'm very satisfied with the 10 millimeters cut. Now, let's go with the maximum thickness. 1/2 inch or 12 millimeters. Let's see how it turns out. Haha, great. This piece even turned out better than 10mm, honestly. It comes out perfectly straight. If you notice, it doesn't have too large of an offset. And indeed, here also on this half-inch piece, which honestly surprised me a lot, there's also a bit of burr. If you get closer, you'll be able to see these small details, these lumps. Well, I just gently rub it a little on the other piece. It's really quite simple to do. It seems like magic, but look, and it's perfect. I am absolutely delighted with this finish because, well, I didn't expect it. With our FORZA ONE, we can truly achieve this type of work. The work it can accomplish is spectacular. This is the maximum piece we have now, 12mm or half an inch. I would have liked to try thicker materials. Honestly, I didn't expect to have these finishes, but surely the maximum will reach 14 or 15mm. Remember that we are working with a 16-bar compressor, which is quite a powerful unit. And this is what FORZA Laser machines can do. These are the results of cutting stainless steel in 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 10, and 12mm. Honestly, this 12mm one is my favorite. I didn't expect it to turn out so well. And above all, it's important to understand that the burr that came out could basically be removed with a simple movement. We didn't have to use any tools. It's a fully functional piece. That is the power and potential of our laser machines. Remember that this machine is generally designed to work with thin sheets and obtain a very good cut up to 6 to 7mm. We cannot load an entire half-inch sheet because it becomes too heavy for the structure of this machine, but we can make small cuts like the ones we saw on this occasion, with small test pieces. Remember that we were working with a 16-bar compressor. Probably you will also buy one of these machines with a 12.5-bar compressor. And what will happen there? Simply that this type of burr that we saw today will appear a little more frequently, perhaps on thin materials. However, the machine is designed to work with an X1 compressor and have perfect results up to 7mm. Well, that's all. I hope you subscribe. Leave us in the comments what other videos you want us to make. And don't forget to follow us if you want to learn more about lasers, just like us. Bye-bye.